What's up, guys? I'm back from the dead. It's been a long time, probably 8 plus months, and I'm here with a tier list of the Friday the 13th franchise. Friday the 13th is, I think, one of my favorite horror movie franchises. I love Jason Voorhees and I love all the killings in it. It's just awesome, you know. So I'm just going to rank them all from S to F and see how it goes and just talk about the movies along the way. And whew, I can't believe I'm making a YouTube video. It's been so long. I'm dead team one. I've been dead for a long time. And I'm only one person, so dead team one. So yeah, it's that simple. Friday the 13th, here I come. So here off, we're starting off with the very first Friday the 13th movie. The original. If you haven't watched it, spoilers, Jason is not in this one. It's his mom, Pamela Voorhees, killing off all the teens. All the kills in this one like happens off screen. And this might be a hot take. It's not even a hot take. A lot of people find it boring. I find it boring as well. There's some cool kills in this. Tom Savini is also in this. It's like this the is it special effects at this time was top tier. I'm gonna put this at maybe B. It might be a C. I'm putting this at B. And like this has the original Friday the 13th has the most iconic scenes of the series. That comes towards the end with the revealing that it's Pamela Voorhees killing everybody, and Alice chopping off the mom's head, and Kid Jason jumps out of the water on the canoe. That's some of the iconic scenes from that. And but like Alice, the main character, she's not a strong female character. I swear, okay. She could take on a middle-aged woman. Like this middle-aged woman should have no business killing off some of these teenagers in this movie. If this movie was realistic, like most of these people wouldn't die. The only times she could really kill people is through the element of surprise, but a lot of the other times, some of these teenagers should have survived. Okay, enough with that. Okay, Friday the 13th Part 2 is arguably my favorite of the Friday the 13th movie. And this is the first time Jason's the killer in any of these movies. It's the big, like the haystack Jason. And also has my favorite final girl in the Friday the 13th series, Jenny, played by Amy Steele. She's a great character to watch, and this is and yeah, Friday the 13th Part 2 is when the Friday the 13th franchise like finally like found their stride and what they really wanted to do. I'm putting it in the S tier. This is prime Friday the 13th. I think it's a little underrated, but so I'm putting in the S tier. So Friday the 13th 3D. I never watched this in 3D. I really want to, but like all the scenes were obviously shot with 3D. It's a bunch of gimmicks, which is does not look good. The final girl in this, she isn't too interesting. The the characters in this is not that great, and Shelly's in this too. I absolutely dislike Shelly. I do like the biker gang at the beginning. They're pretty cool, but like ultimately, like you're really watching this just for the kills. So put that in the C. Whew, the C zone. Friday the 13th, Part 4. This is arguably fan bases. One of the fan bases is favorite Friday the 13th film. This is also the beginning of the Tommy Jarvis saga. With with Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman playing Tommy. This has I think the friend group in this one has the most chemistry. Ooh. Let's see. I think yeah, this is a definite A. Ooh, okay. Now we're getting to part 5. When I first watched part 5, I absolutely hated it. So I would have put it in F. But the more times I watch it, the more I start loving it. Although Jason's technically, spoiler, is not in this movie. It's some copycat killer, Roy freaking Burns. He barely has any screen time. Just a couple reactions. he's like the he's the paramedic. Honestly, he's just a freaking meme in this. Has a whole bunch of like funny, wacky characters. My favorite is Demon. It's like, ooh baby. Some of my favorite characters are in this movie, and I freaking love it. And I can't believe I'm putting this as number 1. I'm putting this right here above, right before part 2, if I can. Right there, yes. And it's also the sleaziest Friday the 13th part 5. That's because the director, like, he only cared for, like, I guess, like, nudity and all that. He did not care about the acting, so he let the actors just do whatever they want, and it's glorious. The actors did a great job in this. That's why it's, like, my favorite. The story's not that great, but the characters are awesome. So Friday the 13th part 6 is also another fan favorite of the series. It's also the least sleaziest of them all. And yes, this is the end of the Tommy Jarvis saga. He's no longer unhinged like Tommy Jarvis in part 5. Part 5 Tommy Jarvis was unhinged. Part 6, I put this in the A category. Has some pretty cool kills. And yeah, I'll leave that there. Now we get to the bad Friday the 13th movies. Now we get a New Blood. The New Blood. Friday the 13th parts of The New Blood. This one's pretty boring. It's like a standard Friday the 13th plot. It introduces, what's her name? It's definitely not Carrie, but she does have like some kind of telekinetic abilities. I'm just gonna call her Carrie. I can't remember her name. Well, like, she has these telekinetic abilities, and she accidentally killed her father when she was a kid because of it. Now she's like, and she has trauma, and she's trying to overcome that trauma, but it kind of like falls flat. That had like a lot of potential, and the ending of this movie is so bad. It's so bad, but it's also my favorite Jason. This is also Kane Hodder's first time playing as Jason. This movie also has an underrated soundtrack. Honestly, the soundtrack in this Friday the 13th movie is my favorite soundtrack out of all the Friday movies. So I'm putting it at D. You know, it's watchable. The characters are not interesting. Okay, now we get to Jason Takes Manhattan. More like Jason Takes the Lazarus, the ship that they're on traveling to Manhattan. And when they get to Manhattan, it's not Manhattan, it's actually Vancouver. They only have one scene in the at the end of the movie where it's actually in Times Square. So it's like 80% like on a ship, and like 15% in Vancouver and 5% in Manhattan. So this movie's also the longest. And it feels like a long movie. I could care less about what happens in it. I would not watch it. It just feels so long. I'm putting an F. The ending was also bad. That makes the lore kind of confusing, putting it in F. Now we get to Jason Goes to Hell. Also, this kind of like messes up the Jason's lore. Like he can take over other people's bodies by by like he's like, okay, this Jason's actually like a warm demon creature. He can jump down into people's throats and takes over their body, but to actually be reborn, he needs to like take over his niece's body so he can come back as Jason. But the only way to kill him is by his a Voorhees, like a relative of his, killing him with a certain knife. It's kind of weird, but like one of my favorite characters is the bounty hunter Duke Craven. I'm not 100% sure that's his name. I low key wish they centered the storyline around him more. I give this a D. It's watchable. Now we got Jason X. I used to love Jason X as a kid. I used to thought it was underrated until I rewatched it recently. Like some of the kills are cool, but does not make up for the rest of the movie. It's Jason in space. It's cool in theory. Hockey is banned in 2024, which is like odd. Why is hockey banned? But I'd rather watch Jason X because it's shorter than Jason Takes Manhattan, so it's going to the D category. Then we get Freddy vs. Jason. I don't think it's underrated. I don't think it's overrated, but it's fun to watch. Like I don't really care for the plot for the like the beginning, the middle of the movie, but when Jason finally fights Freddy, it's awesome, and it gets entertaining. And I'm putting this in the B category. Now we get to the last Friday the 13th movie. It's the remake. It's the 2009 remake. I think this is heavily underrated, especially from like the comments I've seen online, that this Jason does not feel like Jason. It doesn't feel like all these other Jasons. This Jason, the remake Jason, is terrifying. This Jason does not play around like the other Jasons. He just wants to get his job done. Man, this... Man, and plus, like, this movie's scary, too. It has Jason's mom at the beginning. Then it transitions into the sack Jason. Then hockey mask Jason. Jason does not fuck around. And also has, I think, yeah, there's like a black guy and an Asian guy. Their friendship is the best friendship in all of the Friday the 13th series. I can just watch them hang out all day, to be honest. This Friday the 13th, it's not an F, it's not a D, it's not a C, it's definitely not a B. I'll put this in the A category. And I wish they made more Friday the 13th right after this. It would have been awesome. This terrified me as a kid. Whew. I think this is the definitive Dead Team 1's Friday the 13th ranking list. Oh my gosh, man. God. Yeah, I don't think I would change anything about this. Hmm. What I put? Hmm. Yeah. I think no. The original Friday the 13th stays there. That original Friday the 13th has Kevin Bacon, and Kevin Bacon has the coolest kill in it. Ooh, part five. I love part five, but as the story's not as good, should I put this behind part two? But I love the characters in part five. Oh, damn. Okay. Time. You know what? We all need more Friday the 13th videos, but I think this is the if my official ranking. If you have a problem, if you disagree with me, just let me know in the comments and I'll respond. If you give me any insight, oh no, actually, yeah, just tell me what your favorite the Friday the 13th movie is. That'd be awesome. So I hope this video recorded and I'm gonna be uploading this. This is dead. Oh, also before I cannot outro properly. I think I'm going to be doing more of these tier lists. I think my next one will be the tier like ranking 2021 horror movies that I've seen. I've seen a lot of them. And if you have any ideas of what tier list I can make next, just shoot them at me. Not literally, but figuratively. I cannot say that. And so, this was fun and peace out. Dead Team 1. Hey.